Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Neha and I make videos related to books, and welcome to a reading vlog. So if you see the title already, today I am trying to read one book over the weekend. So for the past, I would say 10 days, I've really not been able to finish books. I've started books and I've actually liked those books, but I've just not been in the mood to see them through. I don't know what's going on, but I just felt like this weekend I want to finish at least one book, and it has to be a short book because of my attention span. And then once I finish that, I'll kind of get into the groove of reading longer books and more complicated books, and that's why I figured I would pick out one short book and pull up during this weekend and try to read it. Of course, it would not entirely be just reading on a weekend because you have chores to do, you have things to do on a weekend. But anyway, let me roll the clips of how I spent Saturday and how I picked out the book that I am going to read in this weekend.
Back. A little longer than a few minutes later.
Welcome to my bookshelf. So I want to pick out a book to read, which I'm planning to finish tonight. So it has to be thin, and so classics, not really in the mood. So I think the contemporary shelf is the way to go. I have a couple of options. I have book 2 of A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers. I'm saving this for like a cozy day, so maybe not today. Then I also have Until August by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the lost novel. So I think this would be a good choice. And apart from that, in Indian books, I do have Amitav Ghosh's The Living Mountain, but I'm not in the mood for some climate fiction right now. So I think, you know what? Let's read Until August.
The next day.
So yeah, as you've seen already, I ended up picking Until August by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the lost novel. I picked this up, I think, a couple of weeks ago in a bookstore here in Bombay. But apart from the plot of it, I just found the entire premise of how this novel came to being very interesting. So Gabriel Garcia Marquez, or lovingly called Gabo, towards his death, he unfortunately was suffering from dementia and he was losing his memory. But in the midst of that, he was also trying to write this book. Now he felt like he was not doing a good job in terms of developing the characters, developing the plot, in terms of the book in itself, and he felt like because of his memory failing, it might not be as good as he wants it to be. So he made his sons promise that they would never release this manuscript out into the world, and then he passed away. Years later, his sons ended up reading the manuscript, and they felt like maybe their father's memory and his failing health was the reason that he felt like this book was not good enough, but actually it is quite good. And they felt like even though it is a betrayal to their father, it would also be doing a disservice towards his fans, his most loyal readers, if they don't put this book out, because it is his final written word. And the writer has a huge fan following, not just in Latin America, which is his home base, but across the world. I recently read 100 Years of Solitude. I have a reading blog on that also, which I'll link up above. Do check it out. But I just fell in love with his writing and the way he does plot twists and characters. So I really wanted to read this book, and that's why I picked it up. I think this came out very recently. It came out a couple of months ago in 2024, and it is a short one, which also tick marks my objective of trying to finish a book in this weekend. So it's around 150 pages, and I just felt the entire background to this book was very, very interesting. And there's always a debate about how, were they really betraying their father, or were they, doing an act of service to his readers. And eventually, his father does love his readers, and maybe, it's redemption in a way. I don't know, there's a lot of debate about it. So I have some thoughts about it, but maybe I'll catch up with you on towards the end of this vlog. But I've read about 90 pages of this so far in between Saturday night and today Sunday morning, and I plan to read this by tonight, and hopefully upload this video also by tonight, let's hope. But the plot of the book is about this woman, the protagonist. Her name is Anna Magdalena, and her mother is buried in a small village off the coast, and she returns to that village every year to visit her mother's grave, lay fresh flowers, and she spends the night there. And every year she picks up a lover in that village. And otherwise, apart from that, she has a very happy marriage. She has a very happy, intimate life also with her husband. She has children who are happy. They're settled, and so otherwise she has like a perfect life. But then for that one day of every year, she kind of lets loose, and she kind of gets into like an alternate reality for herself, and she looks forward to that day for the rest of the year. So interesting premise, interesting book. I think it is going well so far for me. There's not too many deep thoughts, and I think that's why I'm enjoying this, because like I said, I'm kind of in a slump, and I don't really feel like, I don't really feel like intellectualizing the words as much. But towards the end, I will sit down and I'll catch you up with my final thoughts about this book. But apart from that, let me take you through the rest of my Saturday and Sunday, and show you how a typical weekend in my life also looks like. So that's it. Bye. It has rained. I love the first initial rains of Bombay because it just feels so fresh. But my poor plants are not doing so well, and I don't know what to do about them. One's dead, one's done for. But these I have to rescue. Mission rescue. But it's rained. I plan to go to the gym to do my cardio workout, but I'm just waiting for my cook to come. So I'm in my gym wear, and I will just sit here, drink my cold coffee, a little bit is left, and continue reading this. Want to know what my most dreaded chore is? Laundry. Folding laundry, washing laundry, drying laundry. It's the thing that I hate the most, but it's the thing that I have to do the most because we have help for the other things. So anyway, let's get to it. So I can't film while doing this because I want to listen to a podcast, and I film on my phone and I listen to things on my phone. So the podcast that I'm listening to currently is The Empire Pod by William Dalrymple and Anita Anand. I have finished the Partition series that they were doing, and now I'm on the Istanbul one. Sorry, the Ottoman Empire. And let's listen to it and get things done. So I did finish reading Until August by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and I am a little confused, I think is the best word. So I did explain the plot of this book. The protagonist, every year she goes to visit her mother's grave on this island, and every year she spends the night there. And one day she decides to sleep with someone there, and it has a profoundly negative impact on her. But then she continues to do that every single year after that, where she goes back and she takes one lover just for that one night. Her otherwise perfect life starts to kind of like disintegrate as she's going through these years, and she starts to get more and more distraught, and she looks forward to that one night where she kind of gets to like remove herself from her existing world and dive into this new foreign world. She also discovers that her mother also had a similar past, and that's why she wanted to be buried there. And the ending, after she realizes that, left me confused. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to put out the spoilers here. Like, I could not get the point of the ending in context to the rest of the book. Maybe it's because this book is incomplete in a way, like it's been put together by the editor from various drafts and from various short stories that was intended to be this book, and maybe it's because of that the author didn't get a chance to kind of flesh it out end to end and make it into like an epic, which he is known to do. But I don't know, I mean, I liked it. It's a very like breezy read. It's like 120 pages, so mission accomplished that way. I managed to read a book in this weekend, so that's great. But overall, I left feeling like the book was incomplete and it's a little inadequate in contrast to the earlier book that I read of him, which is 100 Years of Solitude, which I absolutely loved. But I can see kind of both sides, why he wanted this book to be destroyed and also why the Sons wanted to kind of release this. So I'm a little torn, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, that's a wrap on this book. I didn't enjoy it as much as I hoped I would, but it has been a good reading experience, and overall I think I would give this like 3.5 stars out of 5. So thank you so much for watching if you're still around. Thank you so much for coming along on this weekend of mine. But please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you very, very soon.